What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. It's time for the special edition of Dynamite as AEW presents the New Year's Bash. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the latest wrestling news and rumors you need to know, including the truth behind Toni Storm's abrupt WWE departure, bad news for Jake the Snake Roberts, Becky Lynch's heartfelt message for Toni Storm, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Ross returns. Dynamite got off to a great start with the return of legendary announcer Jim Ross. Ross, who's been absent due to his radiation treatments for skin cancer, tweeted fans earlier revealing that he's now cancer-free. The WWE Hall of Famer's absence was felt and fans were elated to welcome him back to the show. Ross has played a big role in helping AEW's television and pay-per-view programming succeed thanks to his well-earned reputation as the best commentator in wrestling. Congrats to Jim Ross as he enters 2022 with a new lease on life. Number 2, an excellent opener. AEW's policy of putting on solid opening matches continued as New Year's Bash started with a terrific 10-man tag match as Christian Cage, Jurassic Express and the Lucha Brothers battled FTR and the Hardy family office. 10-man matches are difficult to book, but this one was crisp and entertaining, with the heels getting the win after what appeared to be miscommunication between Christian and the Lucha Brothers Penta. This led to later confrontation between Christian and the Lucha Brothers, with Captain Charisma blaming them for the loss and challenging Penta and Rey to an AEW World Tag Team Championship match next week. Next week's Dynamite is going to be a loaded show, and this tag match could actually steal it. Number 3, Brandy roasts Dan Lambert. AEW has struck gold with Dan Lambert, a performer who is fantastic on the stick and sensational at getting heel heat. As fans know, it's important for heels to have a good foil, and Brandy Rhodes proved up to the task, reminding fans that she's a sassy woman who doesn't back down from anyone, male or female. Lambert got off to a good start doing what he does best, annoying the fans and insulting babyfaces, in this case Cody Rhodes and Coach Arn Anderson. When Lambert turned his attention from mocking Double A and the American Nightmare to insulting Brandy, he quickly found himself roasted as Brandy showed up, calling him a less talented Paul Heyman. The segment was entertaining and gave Brandy some much needed time in the spotlight, something which is a good idea based on the success of her and Cody's reality show. There may be viewers tuning into Roads to the Top who don't watch AEW, so why not give them a chance to see the reality show's co-stars? Number 4, The Undisputed Era. It just feels right in AEW. NXT's Undisputed Era members Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole have quickly become one of the most refreshing acts in AEW, quite the surprise considering they spent their WWE run on NXT and the fact that Fish and O'Reilly haven't been in AEW long. Regardless, their skill in the ring and fans' familiarity with their NXT and pre-NXT work has gotten them over quickly. AEW is not the WWE, as it tends to focus on smaller stars, the ideal environment for 3 of the 4 members of the Undisputed Era. While AEW can't call the trio the Undisputed Era, their alliance has been well established, setting things up for what looks like an inevitable clash with the Young Bucks. However, will Cole side with his former Undisputed Era teammates or go to the Elite? Number 5, Jade Cargill is a beast. Forget Nyla Rose, Jade Cargill is AEW's true beast, a wrestler who's only been wrestling in AEW for little over a year. And nevertheless, Cargill has swiftly set herself up as one of AEW's most promising female talents. She's had a chance to show what makes her so special during the performance in the TBS Championship Tournament, displaying her size, charisma and power-based offense as she plowed through opponents and is now headed to the finals next week. Even if Cargill doesn't win the title, her work so far suggests it's just a matter of time before she wears championship gold. Number 6, Jericho is back. Chris Jericho returned just in time to save Eddie Kingston and Jericho's Inner Circle teammates Ortiz and Santana from a post-match beatdown at the hands of Daniel Garcia and 2.0. Jericho, who was written out with a kayfabe injury after Garcia and 2.0 attacked him, is back from his Fozzy tour, and it looks like Le Champion is eager to get revenge. That may get a bit complicated though, as Eddie Kingston didn't seem to appreciate Jericho's help. This subplot is a reminder of the many layers AEW establishes with its storylines, making them dynamic and often unpredictable. While AEW prides itself on the quality of its wrestling, history has shown that promotions that stress storytelling are more likely to get over with a larger audience. Now this could be the key to AEW breaking out from its current audience and taking things to the next level. Finally, building up Rampage. AEW did a nice job building up the card for Rampage, its sister show that's really struggled in the ratings, even though its recent Christmas Day show did a little bit better. Now it looks like AEW is putting some effort into booking its Friday night show with must-see matches and letting fans know it's worth their time to watch. AEW needs to take advantage of whatever it can to make sure Rampage isn't seen as a second-rated show or its ratings will continue dropping next year. Well, that was a good. Now, there was nothing bad or ugly, and in fact, as in all honesty, we'd be nitpicking. Don't you guys think that was really bad? That's the only thing that we can think of was the heels were victorious in all their matches. This is something that AEW is closely doing with WWE, making babyfaces look like chumps. But nevertheless, it was a solid show, and while there were no marquee matches like the last 2 weeks, AEW didn't turn this into a best of show or a card full of lower card wrestlers battling a handful of upper card stars. AEW furthered the ongoing MJF vs CM Punk feud with 2 great interviews and even gave time for Brian Pillman Jr. to call out Malachi Black. Seriously though, if this is what AEW can deliver in 2021, we really can't wait for 2022. What did you guys think of Dynamite last night? Maybe you had some more bad than good. Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at the truth behind Toni Storm's release. Atop in the news today is more information on Toni Storm's abrupt departure from the WWE. In an exclusive report, Bodyslam.net's Cassidy Haynes has reported that Storm didn't ask for her release. I asked around and my sources confirmed to me that Toni Storm did fly out last night following the WWE live event and added that she paid out of her own pocket to fly herself home. I was told it turns out Toni didn't exactly request her release, she just up and quit, worked a triple threat at a house show last night and then paid out of her own pocket to fly herself home. Initial rumors were that Storm asked for her release, but if Haynes' story is accurate, Storm simply walked out, leaving it up to the WWE on how to handle things. Cassidy commented, "Additionally, it was stressed to me that WWE handling as it her asking for her release and then granting it, because after so many talents were released due to budget cuts this year, it's like, meh." Apparently, Storm's dissatisfaction with the WWE was a well-kept secret as Haynes spoke to a main roster talent who commented, "It's effing wild, she's just gone. Didn't really tell anyone." We'll definitely follow the story as more details emerge. And next up, Becky Lynch's heartfelt message for Toni Storm. Toni Storm's WWE departure caught the wrestling world by surprise, including current Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Sportskeeda reports that Lynch posted a photo of Storm on Instagram along with the message, "I hope we meet in the ring one day." And it's believed that Lynch and Storm have never competed against each other in one-on-one singles competition, and given Storm's exit, it may not happen for a long time. Next up, Braun Strowman's new look. It looks like Adam Scherr, aka former WWE superstar Braun Strowman, is sporting yet another new look. He's transformed his physique into that of a lean mean wrestling machine, but that's just beginning as the former brunette is now a blonde. Scherr, who's now competing as Titan, shared a photo of his new look on Instagram. What do you guys think of the new look? Next up, bad news for Jake Roberts. Sadly, bad news for WWE Hall of Famer and current AEW performer Jake the Snake Roberts, as Roberts recently revealed he's tested positive for COVID. Roberts also tweeted his thoughts on where he thinks he's contracted it. "Yes, after not going to do my AEW work for nearly 3 months, Tony Khan knows I'm high risk and has gone above and beyond all expectations trying to keep everyone safe. I'm pretty sure I got it from family or when I was out shopping. And we'd like to send our best wishes to Roberts and hope he makes a fast and full recovery." And finally, Seth Rollins' new name? And last but not least, it looks like current Raw superstar Seth Rollins has yet another nickname. The former architect, Beast Slayer, Monday Night Messiah, and Visionary has now been rechristened Seth freaking Rollins. And congratulations to Rollins on his new nickname, as he looks to be on his way to breaking the record for wrestling nicknames currently held by Shawn Michaels. But there you have it, folks. I'll look at this week's edition of Dynamite as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.